You know, obviously people are upset about the corn syrup. Well, there are a lot of reasons to be upset about corn syrup, but the main one is the fact that, of course, it pops up in a lot of foods where you would never expect to find sugar. Well, unfortunately, we Americans are people who like sweet food. So the fact that the high fructose corn syrup is in the meatballs that you buy in the supermarket, or in the prepared mashed potatoes that you buy in the supermarket, or in a lot of in the, I guess in that industry are referred to as salted snacks. You know, all that kind of to me, the classic salted snack is a cheese doodle, right? I mean, when I think of that, that's what I think of. Well, you know, all those things are loaded with corn syrup. So I think, you know, eating cheese doodles is bad enough, but getting a whole lot of extra calories from corn syrup, you know, I agree. It seems like it's not fair. Well, but of course the problem doesn't end there. And this is something that I've been doing a lot of thinking about lately, because one of the reasons why people object to corn syrup is also the fact that the corn that's used for it is highly genetically manipulated, you know? So it's, you know, it's got those Alaskan fish genes and, you know, who knows what else in it. And the other thing about it is that when the sugar is extracted from it, you know, we need to turn the strudel back to the front. Do that. When the sugar is extracted from the corn syrup, it's extracted chemically. Right? When whoever it was at first, ooh, they look pretty good, huh? I'm going to go apply for that Austrian passport. That is a bit. Oops, did I say that? Anyway, when they first tried to extract sugar from beet, I can't remember who it was. It was a French guy that did it. It might have been Apter, but he used cognac as the medium for extracting the sugar from the beet. Okay. The people that make corn syrup are not quite as quality conscious, I don't think. So, but you know, that's really, okay, so this just came to a good boil. The syrup cleared, okay? We'll let it boil for a little while, maybe about another 10 seconds. Just let some of that water boil out. The bad news is that, you know, for the past 20 years or so, Hershey's and M&M Mars have been involved in competing research projects to totally genetically map cacao, the plant that chocolate comes from. Okay? And you know that with the commitment to quality that companies like that have, they're going to be manipulating cocoa trees and cocoa beans and all of that stuff. So you shouldn't be surprised if you walk out the door someday and there's a grove of cacao trees that's been planted in the middle of downtown Pasadena. You know, nowadays, to grow cacao is so much dependent upon the cooperation of nature. For those little flowers on the trunk of the tree to turn into a pod that has cocoa beans in it, they have to be pollinated by 3 separate kinds of insects. So you know that they're going to start working on stuff to eliminate that, or eliminate the need from it. So probably what's going to happen, you know, in about, fortunately none of us will live to see it, in about 100 years you'll probably bite into a chocolate bar and turn into a mushroom. Anyway, chocolate, speaking of which, into into the hot syrup. We just give that a swirl and just let it, I like to, if possible, so if possible, I like to take, we're done with this, and let's start more with this. Okay. Maybe I'll move this out. I think I'm going to do this over here. Can everybody see it over here?
Yes.
Yeah? Good.
Yay.
And a little bit. And let's get a little spatula. Okay. So when you mix this up, you don't want to whisk it a lot, just until it looks smooth. There we go. That looks nice. And you know what, it's not entirely smooth yet, but what I'm doing is kind of finish it off with a rubber spatula. Okay, that looks nice. And I put my two little spatulas there. Good. So, I'm actually going to put this into, what's the smallest saucepan we have? Good. This is a lot easier to manipulate. I'm going to pour it into there. Okay, there's something round like this. I mean, I have so much glaze. You don't really have too much worry about not covering everything, because everything's going to cover nicely. And okay, there was a little postage stamp there. And now here, looks nice. Covering, how's that end?
You've got the corner a little bit.
Yeah, where? There?
Right there. Yeah.
Good
there you
now?
go.
It's hard doing it when it's facing away from you, you know? Oh no, this corner!
No.
Okay, so what's the saddle of venison? Saddle of venison, of course, is a cut of meat. The ridges represent where the roast saddle would have been tied. The chocolate glaze, kind of really dark sauce that you would get making a brown sauce out of game, so, you know, almost black. And the little pieces of sliced almond, we just put in a couple. I don't think there's a single place on earth that still does this, but, you know, game meat tends to be fairly dry. So what they used to do is they would take pieces of, fatback or larding bacon, and the way they do that would be the needle that put the strips in through the meat, so that to compensate for the marbling that the meat didn't have, so it would have a little fat inside and be more tender.